Welcome to lesson 8. I'm Louise Delise, artist and teacher, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how we're going to draw some blossoms. Here are the materials we'll be using today. Let's have a look at them in more detail. So today we're going to be drawing a blossom, so here we have some blossoms to use as a reference. And to draw this today we'll be using charcoal powder with a nice soft brush. This is a filbert brush, sable hair on it. We'll be using some charcoal paint with a round brush, and here we have a charcoal pencil. We may use some Willow, and of course we'll be using the Kneadable eraser. So let's start by loading up the brush with the powdered charcoal. Now for this I always recommend you use a sample piece of paper so that you can control how much powder you're getting on your brush. If you go straight in with a loaded brush, you're going to get a lot of darks, probably too many initially. So you want to be taking it very easy with the charcoal powder. We're just getting something down on the paper, just taking the intimidation of that white paper away by just getting something down on the paper so we'll have something to work with. And today we're going to be using the Kneadable eraser quite a lot, and I'm going to introduce you to a technique called reductive drawing. Which we'll be looking at a little bit later. So now let's use the charcoal pencil, and we'll come in here, we'll define the branch, the twig here of this lovely beautiful blossom. Not getting caught up too much detail, just giving an indication of where it should go. And you'll notice I'm not doing an absolute copy of the blossom, we're just using it as a reference. As a beginner, you don't want to get too caught up with details, so if you try and copy something exact, you'll probably get very frustrated. All we're doing here today is learning how to use these mediums, using them together with the charcoal powder, the paint, pencils, brushes, just to build up your confidence with the medium. Subject matter is not important, it's how you use the mediums. So let's indicate a lovely blossom here. We'll put the blossom in as you're looking at it on the bottom left, we'll put that in here, but like I say, we will digress. Now we've indicated there's going to be a flower here. What I'm doing here is coming back in with the powdered charcoal to create a few darks in areas where we're going to be taking the charcoal away. This will give us more contrast as we're creating the light areas with the Kneadable eraser, which is what we're going to do right now. This is called reductive drawing. We're using the eraser to reduce the amount of material, pigment, in this case charcoal. And as we remove the charcoal using the Kneadable eraser, we can see that we're creating the petals. So we're not adding charcoal to create the petals and drawing the outlines, we're literally taking off the blocks of colour that we've previously put down with the beautiful powdered charcoal. We'll just bring that off, indicate petals here. And you'll notice I'm getting different degrees of tone in those petals as well. It's not just all bringing off all the charcoal, we want to create the illusion of shadows within the petal. So we're using different amounts of pressure on the eraser. define the underneath of this flower here as it's coming forth from the bud. And come back in with the eraser. Now this flower will have as a profile as opposed to the one to its left, which is looking directly at us, as it were. Darken this section off just a little bit more. I think we'll put in a couple of buds here at the bottom, create a little bit of balance here. Indicate where we think they should go with the charcoal pencil. Now let's come in with a little bit of charcoal paint, and we'll do the same thing as we did when we were using the charcoal, which we'll use a scrap bit of paper and we'll take the excess off before coming back in to this branch section here, thicken it up a little bit using the charcoal paint. Just run it across where we've put the charcoal pencil, and that liquid on your brush will just pick up that charcoal with it. Little branch there, maybe coming into that flower. Come back up to the top, indicate this bud here underneath that flower. This flower of course is looking directly at us, and this flower of course is looking away from us. It's facing in the opposite direction. That's the illusion we're trying to create here. And we'll also bring that lovely charcoal paint just on these buds, just touching the buds there. Just controlling the amount of charcoal paint that we're picking up. We don't want much. It's delicate subject matter, so we want to treat it delicately. And come back in with the eraser, just pick out a few more highlights wherever we think they should be. Highlight right on these buds here. It's lovely. Let's bring that through there. And I think we'll put in a couple of more buds at the top here. Same process, of course. Start with the charcoal pencil and then coming in with the charcoal paint. We're keeping this design unified by repeating the mediums that we're using throughout the work here. If you'd like to know how to make charcoal powder, I do have a video on that, and I'll leave that in the description below, along with the description link how to make charcoal paint. This has been lesson 8 of a 10-part drawing course. If you've been watching the other videos, you will know how to draw with sticks of charcoal, with powdered charcoal, paint charcoal, charcoal pencil, and we've used the eraser a lot as well. And so we will be using all those mediums and tools in the next 2 videos. So I look forward to seeing you for that. Thank you for joining me today. If you have enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And of course, subscribe.